This conference will now be recorded.
And stay. Well. Okay, so we'll go on order. And for the pledge. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen. All right, first, as usual. Amendment. One public who appeared, went to the bathroom. How about, Pat, I see you're around. I'm gonna give you a call today. Did you say anything?
Oh, okay. Depends on what you.
It depends on what I hear.
Pat, did you have anything? Yeah.
You got my message and you'll be responding at some point?
Yeah, I need to call this afternoon. I'll call you tomorrow.
Yeah, no rush. I just wanted to make sure you got it. Thank you.
Yep. All right. So I guess next is airport.
143 calls last month, 17 for this month. 3-3 is down on Long Island at this point, getting worked on anything back from that, but we had added things to the list while it's down there, as well get them to do the big ticket items that need to get done. Also, they're off with the bowling team right now, as we're on, so by cards for them.
Good.
Also, we have changed some SOGs, and it's going to go for the membership Sunday, and we'll be bringing that forward to the board after that. Just some tweaks and changes a little bit, make everybody happy. And also, there should be, I don't know what's good for Ron and Fran, but we should be having an interview coming up real shortly for per diem, part-time per diem. So, good guy. I've known him for a lot of years. He is, at this point, he is a female medic. So he's not going to be one of those that's going to be right here. He might be called out for a month or so somewhere else and stuff like that. It's really bad. Another gentleman is supposed to be coming from Long Island as well in April. Oh wait, that was in New York City. I stand corrected with him. The other gentleman is from Long Island. He was trying to get a housing here by March, but it's not going to happen until April. So we have a wait on before we can get with him. So I think if we can get a couple of per diem in to bounce between each other, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, any help during the day we get.
Yep. I mean, we've been doing very, very well considering, but as we all know, in the summer, we have 2 of our medics that go, and that leaves us down a few, so.
Take the load off you guys a little bit.
Yes, that does out there. Timing month is awesome.
And you said you had 43 calls last month or?
143 last month.
Oh, I have a bit. I thought that was awful.
Yeah, that was maybe COVID time. The original COVID was way low.
Well, he's on the opposite section because I need 4.
So you're talking and it's good here or it's bad here?
This is my bad day.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
I think you did that. Geez, I'm trying to think. Other than that, I don't think there really is anything at this point. I'm just waiting for elections so I can be.
I have your report.
Yes, you do.
I'll send it to you.
I've heard that before. I'm gonna keep on. Now I got your other number. You're in trouble.
Both my numbers.
Yep.
Yeah. Tracy?
As far as sewer department goes, everything's going along pretty smooth, pretty good there. So don't really have a report for there. Did send out an activity report to everybody.
Yeah.
So far as, I guess, kind of a combination sewer and street, and fire, EMS, everything is, I did come up with a surplus vehicle list, went through and I believe there's 8 vehicles on here, old Hudson trailer and a Ford tractor that's over the sewer. And a lot of this stuff we can't even find where it's ever been declared surplus in the past, so I'm asking that all this stuff get declared surplus. The jumping jack that's down on the bottom here that was damaged in the flood, it's not worth trying to auction or anything. I mean, it just needs to declare surplus so we can take that to Weissman's for just scrap.
Yep.
So
So Nate will help us here, but I think we can make a motion to clear the whole list as presented.
Yeah, typically, if you have a list of things like that, you can just, as presented, adopt it like you just said, Mayor. Also, can you guys hear me, just to make sure?
You say that again, Nate?
We didn't hear you, Nick.
All right, try again, Nate.
And can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, so Mayor, what you said, correct.
A31's one of the 2 that are out here sitting down at the end.
This one I got, I don't think we have another.
So, we need a motion to declare these items surplus.
Correct.
So,
I'll second.
Okay, Laura or Frank?
Hold on, Laura.
We pretty much cannibalized everything.
I want to make sure what I did was something that you use.
Right, that's,
Or you want to declare surplus. So, right, you can still count.
Yeah.
We need the parking spots.
Yeah, we need space here because the building's coming. So we'll vote on this. This is to declare the list surplus. Rusty?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Fran?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
with that
Yes.
said, I have talked to Manasseh Auction and Auctions International. Neither one of them will charge us anything to sell the vehicles. Auctions International is a web-based auction site. They would charge if they come and take pictures of the equipment. It'd be $15 for each vehicle if they did that. We could take pictures and send it to them at no cost. Manasseh will not charge us anything. They charge a buyer premium. Anything that we can't get running and get to them, they will come and pick up at no charge. I'm recommending that we do it with Manasseh. They're right at Whitney Point.
Yep.
And just, let him, like say, he'll come and get at no charge anything we can't get running and everything. So, and so far, we haven't been able to find the original title for the third one down, the 2000 ambulance, the old 831. We've got a copy. We can find a copy here. So there is an original someplace because we made a copy of it. But I want to get some of the rest of this stuff moving, get it up to him. He feels that a lot of the stuff that I talked to him about would go good in the upcoming early, I think it's first week in March, he's got an auction.
Oh, great.
So we'd like to get what he can up there for that. So as long as,
We can't find the original title. How long does it take you to replace it?
I'm not sure really, to be honest with you, but that we'll have to if that's, because I don't think the copy's gonna cut it by any means. We're gonna need the original book.
What's the police vehicle again?
So that's the Crown Victus that's out here. That was the one that was in the accident.
So that's not salvageable. That wasn't somebody that wanted that, was it?
There's two village employees that want it, actually.
So
But it's,
we declared the surplus, but we didn't send them all the option. We started the option to do whatever we want with them.
Yeah,
So we may do something.
declaring surplus just means we are okay to get rid of them.
right. Excuse me? That was totaled out by the insurance and the insurance company paid the village off on it. But they told us we could keep the car and do what we want with it. So just when we sign the title over, we would have to declare that it wasn't an accident and everything. Then if they went to get a title for it, it would come back as salvage. So then they would have to deal with it. But there are two village employees that are interested in the car, so.
Something's gonna get done with them before we send this off to auction. We're gonna do something with it.
Yeah.
With the village employees, we're not gonna just send this.
I mean, if that's what you want me to do, I can, ask them for sealed bids on it and
Something, yeah, I mean, if they're interested, why don't we do that before we send that?
now how's that go with this other stuff too? Because there is a village employee that was interested in one of the dump trucks and the trailer too. But there was only one employee there. I mean, that's,
I'm okay with employees having a fair market offer, like a first chance before it goes to the market.
Yeah, I guess we could research what an average auction price for something like that is.
Why don't you just give the authority to contact the employees and see about that before it sends those ones.
Yeah, I would say on anything, right? If somebody wants to pay us.
okay.
And Rod, we don't have to put something at auction, sell it at absolute auction for $1. We can put it at auction and sell it at whatever we want. So we don't have to get something. We have to advertise. We'll find out.
I think so.
I give a motion to.
What's that?
Make the motion that we contract with the NAS. And that motion that we authorize whatever pictures that Tracy feels appropriate to send, to pay for and send. But that's what it
And whatever vehicles our employees are interested in, give them a first.
Okay.
shot.
all one motion.
Now,
Stick them on or from
So we vote on that one.
Who's that?
Brian. Rusty?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Fran?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
And
the only other thing is, I've got the guys coming in, early tomorrow morning, pick Lake Street, and they're picking, Front Street on Wednesday. So, get the business section picked up.
Yep.
So, and that's
I
now.
remember on North Avenue that. To be honest with you, My turn. I'm not complaining about you or the department or anything, but if we'd have taken that snow away 4 weeks ago, that'd have been one thing. We're gonna have 30 to 40 degrees all this week. If it was me, I wouldn't take some of that snow. You can decide, I might, whatever, I might take Lake Street and not take Front Street and North Avenue and just give it 3 days, but I'm just saying, because that's gonna go, it's not gonna all melt away, but that's gonna go right down.
Front Street's a mess though right now. People getting stuck in the parking spots and everything. It's,
Yeah. Oh, do we do Main Street too?
Right.
that what,
We do Main Street also?
The business.
they're doing from the village office up around the lake, that section of Maine at least. So they're doing part of it there.
Okay.
That's all I have.
I have a quick question. Some of these churches have been having funerals and stuff. They've got the same problem with the snow and all over the place. You guys ever do that?
The only time I remember ever doing anything like that, Rod, is when we had the really big storms, like, but not with these small, like, stuff like we've had. I don't remember picking them, but if there's piles or concerns, they can get with us and we can work with them now too.
I can tell Jeff isn't here because his parking spot is snowed in next to the diner. They just, yeah, left that whole thing plugged in.
So, yeah, so would help if people got their cars off the street before the storm.
Makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
It's not that parking or no parking. I heard that.
Well, it's a state, right?
I just want to know what it's on my customer.
It's fine to park there.
You mean when the work is getting done?
Well, no.
State highway, but when we take the snow off, we take it off on the berm curve out on. So
Like I say, tomorrow morning,
state would do that for us. Well, I'm not saying we're doing that, but that's the outcome of it.
tomorrow morning, they're gonna do Lake Street. And Wednesday morning, they're doing Front Street.
Let's wait and see about tomorrow.
And then, like I say, gonna kind of play out the weather and see what happens there. And so,
Lots of more walkways, but nothing to do with it.
Right.
Oh, there were threats that people could get their cars towed. We have contract with somebody to tow vehicles?
In general, we do, yeah. I mean, anybody, like, if you get in an accident, they call in there, it's available. So it'll be the same thing, the police will arrange that, and they'll make every
Okay.
attempt to contact.
right, they try to do everything they can to
Police
contact them
departments,
before
okay.
they tow for pickup.
Out on North last week, trying to find the person before he take it.
Right,
Block the drive.
that's usually what they do.
I mean, he was going above and beyond. What we should do is.
Yeah, we have good guys.
Was that proper signs put out for the vacant front so people?
They put signs out today, yes, for Lake. They will tomorrow for Front. So,
And we put well, the police department put a thing on Facebook, and I got it to WDO, County Saver, and the Courier.
I didn't know the police had this.
Oh,
Everybody's got a
This
So-
guy.
That's the case.
So it should be out there, or you'll hear it on WDO.
You want to make sure we cover it all our bases.
You guys got the message about Suez, which ones were closed today?
Yeah, so Suez has Chestnut and North Ave closed until 7 AM tomorrow.
Yep.
They fixed the water main, they poured concrete.
Just want another break after they missed me.
No, they got the concrete
One
covered.
rain on North Avenue or something like that.
Yeah, they're down there.
North and Chestnut
One.
Street will be shut down until 7 AM tomorrow due to water.
Text me.
North Ave will remain 2 lanes, but will be narrowed down at the intersection of Chestnut.
I noticed today when I came, they had, cones and lights and people there.
How about the train? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
all day long. You give a day for work, you get paid.
Yeah, that's right.
Who's that good village code?
Well, we're supposed to. So our police department and the sheriff's department has been talking to the railroad. So what happened there was apparently conductors had a similar time limit like a truck driver. And they were over their time limit, And the guy didn't contact with the main base or whatever, so they remotely killed the train. When they do that,
So it was just luck of the draw, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was trying to make it.
no. And when they do that, they can't enable it for 8 hours.
That's
Because it
insane.
locks out.
I stopped in the middle of 95.
I know.
This is uninformed. I'm sorry for a gentleman that had to get to Binghamton and he couldn't get there to work because the train was there for hours and hours. Because we got an underpass that would take another 43 seconds to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is ways around it. Oh, yeah, so the train was there for 8 hours today.
Nobody's left over there, how?
And it's, apparently it was a safety thing.
Yeah.
And they didn't control where it's, they just hit the button and it stops. It stops.
It's dangerous to do a remote stop, you know what's going on.
I know.
I'm about control. Yeah, well, you know, how would that be, you should have all the powers you have.
I
I
know
think we
that
should
the
threaten
police
to
were
fight
talking
them if
to
they
the
use
railroad
that
people.
again.
Our police department and the sheriff's department.
Tracy Allen.
I'm done.
I haven't got anything from the fire chief. Do you have something from him, Mike?
Yeah. I got my phone there. Oh, I got a lot of stuff in there. So we got a new member. What, right here? Jerry Cooney. It was on Sulphur Springs Road, Company Ones. But they'd like us to approve her.
You know, I thought it was
Yes, SHERRICONEY.
company ones.
Company Ones.
Move that we approve Sherry Cooney. Number fire department company ones.
I don't know if that was on this thing.
Oh, yeah. He said chief.
So when you said company one, I had an assumption, but.
Fire department.
I'll second that.
Any discussion on that? This is the fire department, not the police department. Rusty,
Yes.
Ron,
Yes.
Fran,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
and yeah. And then a book of other stuff. They're looking for approval to let the Girl Scouts use the station to sell cookies. It's not my wife's true. So anyway, we're looking for a Girl Scout troop to be able to use the station to sell a cookie booth. A couple of dates, March 5th and March 13th.
I assume this is big station one.
Doesn't say, but I assume so, yeah. Says we set up a table outdoors with cookies and have a few scouts with adults. That's about it.
They're not gonna do it in the station, they're gonna do it outdoors.
Right.
Because we have a concern about the station and air quality and et cetera, so.
Yeah, so it says they're gonna do it outdoors.
Yeah, talk to the, only goes through our store for the past couple of years. They said they're able to actually sell now.
It's the same one.
You could probably grant that with your authority.
You know, does anybody have any issue if they do that?
I don't know when they're buying them.
Fine with me if they're outside the station and don't worry about the indoor air and things like that. Fine with me.
I assume those are Saturdays, right?
Of March, so probably.
What day is the election? Or no, those are Saturdays, so it won't matter. And what station?
It doesn't say which station. I assume Central.
Yeah, sometimes like they want to do it over in the flat same day. That would be cool.
Laura,
Yeah,
you here?
yeah. I don't have any problem with it.
It's gonna be outdoors, we don't know yet, but we give them permission, they could do it in the parking lot next to two or wherever they want to do it there outdoors. it wouldn't much matter to us which flex they choose.
I agree.
Anything else?
Nope, they're still waiting for the bowling team. Long trip back from West,
They probably stopped and got something to eat.
maybe. Yeah, our boys bowling team on, yeah.
High school?
Coming home.
No, this is tonight.
I don't know.
Tonight they're gonna-
Yeah, it was supposed to be 6:30.
Oh, the
Okay, so maybe the
one, because the fire trucks escorted the school bus by just as the meeting started at like 7 o'clock.
put it back.
Came through.
Yeah, the EMS.
Yeah.
Yeah, fire and police were there.
Yeah, everybody was.
Ready for police?
Yeah, those are really fire.
You want to do it out of order for the SO agreement? It's on the agenda to do. You want to do it under the police, you want to wait to do it something else? That's the only thing that the chief has given me, anything for you.
Trying to think. Other than the parking stuff, no.
Maybe you want to do this now? You tell me, Mike.
Yeah, go for it.
Maybe, Ryan?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Nate. Is this a school resource officer agreement? In general, that says the old one, except for the money thing, the 48,000 on the monthly payment?
Yep, correct.
Yes? Then that's what it is, folks, the same school resource agreement that we had last time for the school, with only changes in that the changes, if you have a copy of it, are in boldface. They've gone up from $45,000 to $48,000, and they'll pay it, kind of the way they paid it before, they'll pay it in 10 installments, the first of the month from September to June of $4,800 each. All that?
Yeah.
So I moved that,
Summarizes it.
where it's on here. I move that we accept the school resource officer agreement with the Wigwam Lake and Central School District. We approve that.
Any discussion on that? Rusty,
Yes.
Ron, Fran,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
and yes. And then we also have, not really a chief thing, but a grant award for OPD. So this was, we were awarded from the Office of Parks, Recreation, Historic Preservation, a grant of $468,416 to restore the outside of the building. Originally, it was gonna be the roof, but we already did the roof. So, but that reappoints the brick, redoes the front of, all the station, and then new windows. So we need a, it's in the agenda here, we need a motion to accept the grant.
Move that we accept it.
I'll second.
Okay. Any discussion on that? But there is a matching portion to that grant, so let's go for some money, but. I don't know what the percentage is.
At most, it's 25.
Yeah, 20, 25.
But there's times when you do some work on it, right?
Yeah, a lot of stuff counts in. I don't know if the roof, we asked on roof would count since we already did the roof. But I don't remember if it will or not.
We have a time frame that when we have to use this by.
Like everything, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's years, I mean, but.
I know we need a lot of work.
Oh, yeah. Definitely need windows.
It's some of you contractors do it.
Always the hard part. All right, we'll vote on that, Rusty.
You don't find it?
Motion to second.
Yes.
Ron,
Yes.
Fran,
yes.
Laura,
Yes.
and yes. Take care of the OPD stuff.
Do this one higher.
Yes, sir. Should we go back to the new hiring? I'll let Ron do that one.
Oh, Lord,
Screwed them up.
that's
Me too.
the one you did.
That's the new hire guy, I think. No, this is the new amendment of the new hire.
Right, we have a specific classification.
It's in the report.
Because I got one foot out part of the flashlight that's on this.
Sewer department, motor.
I move to amend the hiring motion from January 18, 2022 to read as follows. On recommendation for staff copy, the village hire Joshua Bowen Judson as a motor equipment operator / laborer at the wastewater treatment plant at a salary of $18 per hour. The start date of January 24, 2022, and a 6-month probationary period.
I'll second.
Okay. Any discussion about that? The key was we left out the word sewer department in the original motion. Rusty,
Yes.
Ron,
Yes.
Fran,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
and yes.
This one has been working.
Yeah, it was just confusing with me running both departments temporarily, that it was confusing on where I hired him, I guess, so. Normally it wouldn't be an issue, but.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, minutes of 1/18/2022.
My motion to approve is submitted.
I have a question.
Sure.
Okay, there was, on the second page, actually, yeah, second page, about the flood insurance through the village. Now, was that voted on? Was that approved that we not buy insurance, self-insured?
I was gonna,
Nobody,
Big one.
nobody done it yet. We didn't approve it or just.
Oh, okay. Because it sounded like we were gonna go ahead and do it. All right.
We didn't go ahead.
Second page,
Tell me what it's on.
under public comment.
Oh, under public comment, okay.
Well, it was, actually it says Clerk Rod Marchuka.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but under all the resolutions and stuff, it's not.
Yeah, we didn't vote on
We
it.
didn't take it.
Okay, I'm fine.
I want to take one copy of the minutes, and I take great exception to this.
What page?
Front page, both for the hardworking mayor who works his butt off, and for the less hardworking deputy mayor, Fuller, who doesn't work his butt off quite as much. On top of that, the deputy mayor is Michael Beretta.
Oh. We have a second of that? I don't think we have that.
Change. She's not here yet.
If nobody did it, I'll send
Okay.
Laura did it right. Yes.
Yeah, Laura made the motion. So Laura, would you like to amend your motion to approve with those changes? Whatever the rest of the.
So the changes were that, just like clerical errors on the top of the page.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Absolutely to fix the
Right.
clerical errors.
Any other comments about the minutes? All right, well, and then Rusty,
Yes.
Yes.
Fran,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
and yes. Next item, payment of bills. Where do we go?
I motion for the payment of bills.
We had questions for Robin earlier about them, but she answered everything. Yeah.
Grant's okay.
I'm fine, yep.
I'll second that too. One time this year.
Laura,
Put your best.
None of us can hear. Who's on first?
Any discussion on that? Rusty?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Graham?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
And yes. We voted no, we not paid the bills until. I know, right? All right.
They said for the next thing. No.
Pay applications for the municipal building. So we're almost done here. We got a pay application for $2,215.88 and $17,575.
Vote to comment.
Yeah.
So. Second.
Any discussion on that? Very soon, it's almost done. We're working through the last couple proud ones over there, one of which is the heat.
Oh, that's a good one to get right.
Yeah.
Vote on this. Everyone.
All right. Rusty?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Fran?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
And yes.
So I'm thinking, not this election, but the next election, we can have a central fire station.
Yeah.
And you can leave shadows it.
Use our building, right?
Don't have to go trucks, you know, how to get in. That's what
That's what that big room's supposed to be for, is multi-purpose.
that's what I'm thinking about in the future. We should have everything else customers.
So set up in the parking lot.
Next to the Jersey area.
Jersey.
Unless we want.
We'll talk about that. We got a lot of time.
Yeah, that's a year away.
That's good suggestion.
That's true. Well, Charles is true.
Look at Charles.
First.
Hey, Charles.
Our next thing is.
Charles and us.
This
This is time for trustee report.
Almost, we got one more thing. Transfers for the new municipal building. That's a little bigger number, $249,848.29.
We transfer the money.
I'll second.
We'll vote on this. Rusty,
Yes.
Ron,
Yes.
Fran,
Yes.
Laura.
Yes.
Charles, you want to vote on this? Can't hear you.
Yeah.
Nod your head, yes or no.
Here, Mike.
You had to go on this.
All right, next thing is trustee reports. Charles, you want to do your trustee report first, in case of illusion?
You just,
He can't,
you
he
just
just
put
put
his
it to your ear or something, Mike. He doesn't,
We just put an earbud in.
he doesn't know we can't hear.
Let's see the second one. Charles, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you now. I got my ears in.
Perfect. You want to do your trustee report?
Oh, yeah. First, I'd like to thank Tracy for stepping up and going above and beyond. Him and Meg, they've been doing some great things and keeping up with the things around the village. We have a couple of interviews set up, 2 tomorrow and 1 on Wednesday to try to fill this superintendent position. So we'll be doing that. We have the questionnaire, the dossier for the questionnaires all set up and everything. So hopefully we'll get that done, see what we got, see who qualifies. I see that the roads are going to be shoveled tonight. I think starting at 4 in the morning or something like that, downtown. So people didn't move their cars, they'll be ticketed and towed at their expense. So I'm hearing feedback from my voice. Sounds kind of weird. Uh, that's about all I have until these interviews are conducted. Just a big thanks for DPW for their efforts for sub-degree weather and being out there. It's not easy. I know here at work, I'm out here 25 below. It's no joke. It's like Antarctica. So kudos to those guys who are out there actually doing this work. And thanks again, Tracy. That's all I got.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow for the interviews.
Yep.
And you get to sleep it off, Thursday?
So I'll be coming in fresh from work because I leave here at 7, so there's no use of going to sleep or taking a nap. So I'll get home and shower and I'll be there, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Not much bright-eyed, but bushy-tailed.
All right, Rusty,
No report.
Ron,
Just do the negotiations, interview tomorrow. Don't feel bad for this guy. In a couple of weeks, he'll be down south with his son.
That is one thing I forgot to mention in my report.
Vacation's coming up.
Are you comfortable with the guy? The way she's laying on?
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Fran,
The cemetery committee has been working with the Friends of Evergreen Cemetery. We've had a couple of meetings together. We're trying to figure out what particular things in the cemetery that they want to take charge of raising funds for. They did, I don't know if anybody, penny sitter, they did get $5,000 of the 10,000 that they wrote in a grant for Penn State Bank. They got a $5,000 grant towards the windows for the chapel. And so, a couple months when it warms up, they can, safely move those windows. I'll start working on them one by one. But, yeah, I mean, the reason why over the last few months I've been harping on the accounts for Evergreen Cemetery is we need to know what funds are available so that we can look at projects and then come to the board and intelligently say, we need to get this done and we want to take money out of such and such. Okay. So I've sat down with Candy Saratani. She's a member of the cemetery committee. And before she retired from the village, she used to take care of all the investing and financials for the village. So we've been looking at, how to organize some of those accounts. And so we're going to meet with Rod on Thursday to go over that. And then we'll get back to our representative at the bank as far as, one of the things that really bugs us, there's a $35,000 checking account, which makes like 90 cents a month. Yeah, that is so foolish. It's just throwing money or whatever, where the money is available in a short period of time. But leave that at 90 cents a month. It's crazy. So anyway, we're trying to get the finances straightened out so that, like I said, we can intelligently come to the board with the different projects that need to be done. One thing that was discussed today at the meeting, and I don't know, you sent an email to everybody about the COVID relief monies. One of the things that really needs to be done with the we need to, we want to get the guardrail taken care of there in the cemetery. But first, we really need to have an engineering study to tell exactly what can be done. And so, we're wondering if that be able to come out of that monies. Just a question.
Yeah, something to look into.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I have for now.
We'll see.
Rumor has it that the state and federal are loosening up the abilities to use those monies, which would be a good thing. Given the
Yeah, that's great, yeah,
I don't know, I don't have any detail, but that's
That is true.
yeah.
the last.
Yeah, well, from what I understand from your email and from last spring when I went up there to the state meeting, is that basically it has to be material goods. It can't be labor, but
They're losing some of that. There was a lost revenue formula that they need to go through, and now they have sort of a standard deduction. You can do your taxes with the standard deduction with a formula. So,
good.
and they help free up some of that more than money.
Yeah. Okay, I'm all set for now.
Laura?
Well, Chairperson Nadine Bigsby sent a great report to the mayor and the village office and myself earlier today. And that would be great to include in the meeting minutes. And just briefly, it reviews all the meetings from the last report, which was like October. And they had a meeting on Thursday that I attended. Everything's going great with all of the applications that were reviewed. And they also had a Pillars of the Community Award night. And things are going well. So their next meeting is the first Thursday of March. And that's it for me.
Okay. Let's see, so next thing is communications. Specific for communications. Mayor's report. So I got word from the land bank that tentatively Wednesday, we're gonna start knocking down on some. That was a tentative date I got 2 weeks ago, so we'll see if it happens, anything happens on Wednesday or if they get pushed back for whatever reasons.
Can you say that again? I didn't hear it.
Oh, tentatively Wednesday, they were talking about starting the demolition on Temple and Liberty.
And there's like 2 houses.
No, just that was a couple of weeks ago, so hopefully that's still a date. You never know with, if they get pushed back or whatever, snowstorms or whatever. Moving around. But anyway, moving forward, it should be soon. When it's a land bank, now anything specific from them yet. I told them to write a proposal and or come to one of the meetings. But the Bucks of acquiring the house on Fox Street, just up from the Rainbow, the greenhouse on the right. They are looking for some help from us with our stimulus money, like a 50-50 proposal thing to knock it down.
And then they're gonna sell the property?
So we can either sell it together. They don't think anybody will buy it because it's a massive floodplain. But the neighborhood might buy it.
Mike, can you help me out which house this is?
I forget the number of it. It's Fox Street.
It's right across the.
Yeah, right across. the
Actually, as you're going east, and it's on the
Right.
south side,
Yeah.
maybe the first one or close to the first one past this was.
Yes. It's been sold real at tax auction and people buy it, don't fix it, don't pay the tax.
So the county has already purchased that land?
So it's up for auction. So the way it works is the county gives the land bank the property for like $1. And then the land bank knocks down the house or rehabs it. This one's way out of rehab. So in this case, they've demolished it and then the land can be resold. So they're asking for some, I don't have an exact number yet, but some help money wise to knock down the house. They usually cost between $20,000 and $30,000 to knock a house down.
Not making a proposal at this particular time, but I could be interested in paying back that $1 and buy it. But no,
I'll research, I don't, we don't have any.
Okay, I'll give the village $150.
but
I remember back in the days, we used to get houses like this and the fire department used to go in and we used to do our thing, tear down walls and put holes in the roof for training purposes. Is there any possibility that could take place before it gets totally demolished?
Possibly, if it's safe. The question is
Yeah.
it structurally even going
It's been one of the elements for quite a few years.
there?
Charles, not a bad thought, but that's probably not safe and not insurable, logical. But not, because we, as you say, we did do that a lot of times.
Yeah.
I stayed with
Right.
the rules. that
Okay.
we probably can.
Yeah, well, as long as it's safe. If it's not safe, then it's not safe.
Yeah.
But we used to leave no training possibility unturned back in the days.
Yeah, I talked to the chief about it.
You're the architect or not?
We'll find out. So anyway, that might be coming soon. Ideas getting kicked around anyway. That would be a nice house to see. Like I said, it's sat there vacant for a long, long time.
I've been in that house. When it was up for tax auction.
Well, it's up again. It's
Yeah.
it's right where the wall is. So, rather than it get sold at auction for whatever it gets sold at. and then go again. Right. Right. So that's
Across the north end.
where
Just think outside the box.
the land bank was going, was probably not what he's gonna build there because of the floodplain. Rusty.
Interestingly enough, not going 5 seconds of this and then move along to something else, but that is in the floodplain, but if anybody's paying attention to the floodplain, that's a floodplain that only got blasted in the big flood. That's not a floodplain in all the 92 flood or this flood, that 95. Point being, that is a piece of land from Suez on down to Spencer Ave that has some degree of development ability.
So we apparently own one of those pieces of land next to it already.
So that's a thought for us to look at.
And I don't know if the
The
piece of
village
land,
does?
well, we do, but I don't know if the piece of land we own was because of a female or what. So we have to research that.
I don't want to have that,
Yeah,
question. I want to have that tonight, but that's something to look at.
Yeah, my question on that was gonna be, did FEMA put money into that building?
No.
So they can't come along and say it's green space.
Yeah, no, we'd be free and clear of all that. But yeah, anything you build new would have to comply to all of it.
Yeah, you'd have to fill and raise it and all that stuff, yeah.
It is a decent sized lot. All right, that's all I got really. Other than that, is anybody going to NICOM on Valentine's Day?
Well, Mike, I'm right at the edge. I'm trying to decide over and over, and the reasons I wanted to go were for the stimulus money thing and for the marijuana law thing. And it looks like the information that I might have been able to glean, you can probably get. So I'm going to decide last minute, and I probably won't go, but is there something that you want? I mean,
Not for chicken.
I'm the only thing that's interested.
Is that a one-day session?
2 days. So 13 and 14.
You know, I'm getting a nice hotel without on Valentine's Day.
I mean, all expenses paid, trip to Albany.
I'm not going with him on Valentine's Day.
Where are we going?
Last time I tried
We can break David Club record here if we keep moving along here.
Last time I tried with Rusty, I got COVID.
Yeah.
I already had it when I went.
Yeah.
All right, public comments, last thing.
We're past that, maybe we can break.
The snow removal was brought up. And I'm asking all the snow removal. One Hines Village resident who decided that when he needed to clean his car out at the store, he took his snow blower and cleaned the street for you. But he put it in a pile in the middle of the street.
In the middle.
Well, not in the middle of the street, but in the, on the side. So there's a daycare that's run out of one of the apartments there. When people come down, pick up their kids, they park on the wrong side of the road, right behind that snow bank. The one almost got run over today by my truck.
Is this the,
Backed up and couldn't see me coming and pulled right out. And I had to go sideways over the snow bank.
is this the one-way page?
You know, it's on the two-way.
The two-way part, when you go up East Temple, look to the right,
Yeah.
you'll see a big pile of snow with a red band.
Is it in the street?
It's in the street. You took off somewhere, all the big pile.
What's in the street?
Um,
You can't ask for more.
Other than you guys did a good job on Main Street. When people move their cars.
Yeah, the key is getting the cars up.
There was a truck parked there for 4 days after the storm, never moved.
You all set, Mikey?
Yeah, I think that was all I had.
8 o'clock record.
Are we gonna be having a planning board meeting this month?
Oh, yes, so talk to Christina, I gotta talk to Meg. We're gonna do the planning board meeting the 23rd. And then the zoning board meeting will be next month, regular schedule. Because the planning board meeting is supposed to be the 22nd, which is our board meeting because of President's Day.
Right.
So we had 2 meetings the same day, at the same time, both years.
So the planning board's gonna be on the 23rd.
I think we're the 23rd, we're gonna talk so she can have.
Trying to
Well,
break the 8 o'clock.
I have,
Want to break the 8 o'clock?
we've got a minute. We had talked about, I don't know, about a month ago, about changing the meeting to Tuesday nights. What's the status with that?
We had the public hearing, and nothing else came about it. Nobody made a motion or anything like that, so. And it wasn't to change it to Tuesday nights, it was to change it, the local law was to set it by resolution instead of by local law. So each board could make a new resolution if they wanted to. At the annual meeting. Of whatever night they wanted to do it.
So what do we have to do to get that?
We would have to vote on that local law. Nate's on, it has to be within 60 days of the hearing. Is it still? I think it is.
I think we should have that on the agenda next month.
Let's put it on next meeting agenda.
I'm done.
Is next meeting still within 60 days, Nate?
I don't know. I'll have to check that. It very well might be. You could also just hold another public hearing. very easy to do that.
That's true. All right, well, we'll check that out for next meeting. Okay. All right. So I guess that May 8 o'clock. 22nd.
Excellent.
All right, have a good night. Thanks for joining.